Hello there, my name is Josiah Gilliam, and this is a mindful moment with Awaken Pittsburgh.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Romero, the Executive Director of Awaken Pittsburgh, and today I've invited Kevin McNair to join us to talk about some of the ways he brings mindfulness into his life and his work. So much, Kevin, for coming on.
No problem. Thanks so much for having me.
Kevin, for the folks that don't know you, would you mind introducing yourself and the organization and work that you do in the city?
Yeah. Again, I'm Kevin McNair, Executive Director of One Nation Mentoring. We provide not only in-school-based mentoring services to students, but also work with teachers to help them become more culturally competent to understand the students in which they serve. Traditionally, we started off as Heinz Fellows going inside of the school, myself and my other two co-founders. But when the fellowship ended, we knew that we didn't want to come to kids' lives and just leave like some people have to do because of jobs. So again, we had done a great job. The principal had asked us to come back as board employees. But what we decided to do was create a hybrid program where we took the best socialization skills and character development skills from Westinghouse, the best academic support skills from Obama, and created a hybrid program, which we ran out of Brashear High School. And since then, we've just been blessed to continue to help students in school and outside of school throughout our year-round programming.
Kevin, about what ages of young people do you work with?
Well, right now we're focusing on ages 14 through 24. When we initially started Heinz Fellows, we focused only on high school, but then we began to go backwards into the middle school and elementary school. We knew that once we were building identity in kids when they was in 9th and 10th grade, it was a great thing for students to know who they were, to know that their king and the permanent educational space is ready. But we also saw through our observations that when kids get those same skills in the 6th grade, in the 9th grade, we can attack different issues. And now we can learn how to advocate better for ourselves. When we advocate better for ourselves in classes, now we can have better relationships with our teachers. And because of that, we also get better grades. So, us just making those connections and just being more mindful about the population that we serve.
You mentioned this idea of being mindful. What is the importance of mindfulness and mental health to you personally, and then in the work that you do?
On a personal level, I'm blessed to have received just the information from Dr. Romero and Awaken PGH just because it has changed my life instrumentally. Coming from a community that a lot of our students come from, it's naturally a stressful place. And at times, if you don't know how to cope or help deal with the thing that you're going around, it could alter your decision at any given time. And we know that, with students of color and the population that we serve, a split second decision making can be life or death. So, I'm blessed to be able to have gained these skills because it just, as an adult, it makes my life, it allows me to have an easier transition throughout the day. When I talk to people, I can take a step back and understand where they're coming from rather than me saying, hey, let's get these things done. Because again, leading my organization, I need to get things done to get us to the next level. But by me being mindful, it allows me to take a step back to understand the people who I'm serving and the people I'm working with to have a better, just to have a better outcome.
Has your mindfulness journey been impacted by COVID-19 at all? And if so, how has it changed things for you?
Yeah, it truly has. Traditionally, we were mentoring students only in person, but this has allowed me to be more mindful by taking a step back and understanding what our purpose is. If our purpose is to mentor, then in person is just one of those avenues that we can get the job done. But now we're taking advantage of the Zoom platform. We're taking advantage of FaceTime more often. And we're also even hopping on different mediums, even like Call of Duty and things like that, and just catching our kids where they are. And it's making you take advantage of the technological platform that we have.
Thank you. So what does mindfulness look like for you personally? How do you approach it day by day?
Every day, is a blessing. Every day I'm free. I'm able to breathe. I'm able to maneuver and move how I want to. I'm just grateful for that. So when I wake up, I just not only thank the man above for allowing me another chance, but just thank the things that are around me. Just be thankful for those. And throughout the day, I set a little alarm on my, it might be corny, but I set a little timer on my phone, and I got a little moment called TNT, and I got it from my uncle. And he just really says, when you think about something, just be thankful for it. So I'll take a second out the day or a minute out the day just to say, hey, I'm grateful for the sun. When the sun shines on me, my body feels better than when it's dark outside. I'm grateful for being inside of a house, because as I drive through the community, I see people who don't have those things. So, it just allowed me to be more grateful. But also when I'm going through things, it allowed me to take a step back and understand that I'm to focus on the moment and to breathe my way through what's going on.
Thank you. How do you introduce this idea to young people? And are there any practices or methods that you share with them that they've really liked?
Yeah, I think that even in the mentoring space, once you gain the trust of young people, to understand that although they may not understand everything that you're doing, it's all helpful. And because I know some of the stresses that they go through, I'm able to, through our everyday conversation, able to put pieces in there. Because at times, although it sounds wild, we don't really want to learn all the time, especially the younger generation. But if we can build out opportunities through natural conversation to inform and to educate, that's our goal. So my thing is like, hey, King, what do you do when you're stressed? Or, we need to learn ourselves. So know that if we know ourselves, then we understand how things affect us and what we can do to not allow those things to affect us. So again, when our kids are overwhelmed or stressed, I try to introduce a breathing exercise called it's mindful thinking, but it's the finger exercise. And basically what it is as you go up your finger, you breathe in. And as you go down, you breathe out. So and what that does is not only regulates your body, but also give you a second to breathe and allows your heart to calm down. And in those things, it gives you a second to think. And we know our main part of our motto is, I apologize, think great, act great, be great. We know if we can think first, then we have an opportunity to think about what best outcome we can have. And if we act on those outcomes that we know we can get, it's only up to us to be great. So again, we got to think great, then act upon those things that ultimately will be great.
Thank you, Stephanie. Where does your mind go when you hear this conversation? You've been working with Kevin and their group for some time.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for all the work that Kevin does with the kids, and he's been able to take kind of what we were working on and apply it directly into the kids that he's been working with. And he's had so much success. We really hear back from the kids when we're working in the school about them being able to stop, take that breath, and pause. And the thing for me is, if it only happens once a week in a classroom and that's it, the kids don't get the support they need to continue to try it. But since Kevin is working with them outside of school in the summer, he sees them in the community, he sees them in the hallway, right? He sees them when something's escalated, then he's there to remind them, hey, you actually have something you can use to help you right now. And that's where it really becomes really effective for the kids, and then starts to be just part of what they do. And so it's been amazing to see how Kevin and Sam and Lloyd have been able to just bring this into the kids. And really, I feel so much gratitude for all the work that they do. So thanks for sharing that with us, Kevin.
No problem. Thanks for, again, teaching us. It's truly a blessing to receive it, because I know how great it is for me to have these skill sets now, but I can only imagine the impact it would have had, and my friends would have had these same skills growing up. So, I'm blessed, and because of that, and because I know the truth, I'm going to continue to build it amongst the youth that we serve, because I know how instrumental it is. So again, thank you truly for the work that you do.
That's so exciting, Kevin. Have you found that the youth or some of the young people really like this idea and like start to incorporate it into their daily lives? How do they talk to you about it?
Yeah, they'll come out and tell you, like, hey, brother Kev, the other day I was having an issue. My sister was getting on my nerve, or my mom was stressing me out, or a kid in class kept touching me, and I didn't know what to do. And usually I would punch him, or usually I would do such and such. But for them to take a second to think and then to breathe, that's truly instrumental. That's monumental, because these same kids wouldn't have made these decisions 2, 3, 4 months ago, and the decision that they would have made would have landed them somewhere different. If it's suspended from school, if it's somewhere that they can't come back from, regardless, if they have this new skill set and they're telling you it's changing their life, you have to listen to it, because again, there's plenty that they don't tell us. So the thing they are telling us, we have to listen to it and be mindful to continue to input it inside their days.
Thanks, man. Any final encouragements for how about just for adults that are thinking about going on their own mindfulness journey or thinking about incorporating it in the work that they do? How would you encourage them to go about it?
I think it's one of the most important things that you can have, because, as educators, as people who work with kids and students and young people of all ages, we want to give our best to those outside of us. But if your battery is only 76 or 43%, and you aren't at 100% charge, how much can you truly give to someone else? And are you giving them your best self? So if you aren't, we may sometimes be doing a disservice, even though we want to be helping out. So again, self-care, man, self-love are some of the great things that we can be doing, because the better we are, the more we can give ourselves to others. So, self-care and self-love.
I hear that, man. It's really well said. One last question for you. Before we had this conversation, we were talking about gratitude and how important it is. Would you mind just speaking to that idea and why it's such an impactful one for young people and adults alike?
Yeah, I think that if we could be more mindful of and more grateful throughout the day for the things that we have, it changes our outlook on life. I'm appreciative for life because I know in my mindfulness that there's people who don't have life. Again, I've been in very bad car accidents where I had to learn how to walk again, or my lung had collapsed. So again, I'm grateful for breath because the thing that we take for granted is so many people who don't have these things. And I'm always reminded about a conversation that me and my uncle had about a meme he saw. And he said that the man with no shoes was upset until he met the man with no legs. And I think that at times we're just so in ourselves that we don't take a second to take a step back to really be grateful for what we do have. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I live that truth because I know when you're happy, the impact it can have amongst other people around you. And some people just don't have ways to find their happiness or don't have ways they don't know your coping mechanism. So they allow the negative energy to drain their day. And when they go out throughout the day, they give these same energy out to other people. So again, I need to be 100% and I need to be happy because of so many people that depend on me that I got to be recharged to continue to give myself to the world, man. It's my blessing. It's my passion. So, I'm blessed to be here.
Yeah, well, we're blessed to have you, man. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Maybe we can do another one of these with some young people and really talk about it and do a deeper dive. But we'll make sure that this video is linked up so folks can learn more about your organization and the work that you do. Thank you so much for the time today, man.
I appreciate you, King. Dr. Romero, thank you so much. Y'all have a
Thank
great one.
you. Yeah.
All right.